Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria. Welcome back. If you are back, welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a very wonderful Tuesday morning. As you can see behind me, I have a finish. Here she is. Well, I don't have a finish. I am showing my subscriber channel that Chosen is finished. However, I'm working on some other stuff with my members, and thank you, members. I woke up to so many lovely messages about the member video that I did yesterday regarding Chosen and the few little setbacks that I had, but it all worked out. She is beautiful. I am going to seal this canvas. I usually don't, and I might just test a very small section before I do. I'm going to be using an Art Dot sealant. I have used it once before. It worked wonderful. It dried very quickly, and it also did not take away from any of the shine. But I did take off a few drills here, and I had to replace drills from my own fault. It was my own fault that I placed drills in wrong sections, but I was looking at it and I'm thinking, this doesn't look right. And of course it wasn't right, but it opened up a big discussion with my members. So thank you so much for joining in that conversation after you watched the member video yesterday. So she'll be coming probably tomorrow. I have a second part to add to my member video, and then we will be closing Chosen out, and she'll be hanging on the wall with her sisters. She'll be hanging on the wall with Crimson and Lilac and Marie. I'm going to do some rearranging in here to make room for her. I don't think that there's going to be enough room next to my Botticelli over there, but we'll see. We'll see. And I'm also going to add the trim to her border. So I bought these stickers from Hobby Lobby. It was just a strand of pearls. I wanted to see how this would look as an option to washi tape. Now, I put this on before I even start diamond painting. It's been on. It hasn't moved. It looks really, really pretty. I wish I had done that for Marie because I wanted to have more of a pearl effect on her canvas, or even with Lilac. She has so many pearls on hers. So we'll be finishing that tomorrow, I believe tomorrow. We'll see. So let's get to what's going on today. Okay, so here we are today. I am starting Van Gogh's Café Terrace at night. And I have a few new things that I wanted to try today. Now the purple putty came in on Saturday, and I did a video. However, I got disrupted. I don't know how well the video has aged. I am going to put it up if I can, but in the meantime, if I can't, or if it's just not worth it anymore after this diamond painting session, I'll just ditch it. But I am going to be working on this canvas with the purple putty. Now we tried, blue is my standby. He is king. That's why he's got the crown on. There's always little hints. He's the king. The pink, not my favorite, but we're going to see how this purple putty is going to react today. And I really wanted to use the purple putty because I wanted to see how it was going to do with AB drills. Now I have all three in these pens: purple, pink, blue, and I have just my Dreamer Design cone pen. I like when I am using AB drills to have this nearby because it kind of like sets them down really nicely. It's that cone shape. I just love it. I don't put anything inside, no putty, no wax. We're going to give it a try. And at some point, I must have bought purple trays. I just found them. So I'm going to keep this out, even though I do have pink and blue putty also loaded, but I'm going to keep the purple out. I really want to give that a try today. I also want to try something that I picked up from Temu. Yes, believe it or not, washi tape. I do use washi tape other than using it on my canvas. I use it in artwork. I use it in paper crafts, things that I make, cards or journals. And I'm very curious about their washi tape to see how it is. Now, I find that it has a very healthy amount. Right away, I could see that. More so than ones that I've ordered from Amazon. I don't like the ones that I got from Amazon. They don't have great stick. Could have been why they were on sale. So, I don't know which one I would like to use for this canvas. I'm loving this. Just lovely pink with like a gold foil leaf. I don't want to use something too big, but how about this? So Muka, isn't it? It's a nice wide tape, but I don't want it to distract from the canvas. Here's another one, very Muka. Love it. Very pretty. There's a nice amount on there. Does it say how much is on here? Oh, here they are. Oh, wow. Look at that peacock. Oh, wow. That's lovely. Oh, God. Now I want to use the peacock. Now I want to use the peacock one. He's not as big. Is this the one? No, that's that one. Okay. Oh, it's this one in my hand. Oh, gosh. It's a lovely purple, too. So pretty. All right. I'll be good. I'll save it. Could just use that one. This one's pretty. Here's that pink, but I think I'm going to go with the handwriting. Why not? Do you believe I'm going to be putting washi tape on my canvas? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Who is this chick? It just distracts me. It usually tears up at the ends. It makes me crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. So this is Temu. I don't believe do we ever pay that much for anything from Temu? I don't think so. So I'm going to give this a whirl. How is everyone? What are you working on? Let me know what you're working on. I am so excited to start this canvas. You have no idea. And to see how this purple putty is going to work out. These are my lovely things from Temu. I just got a big haul. I don't know. I was thinking about, do I want to do a Temu haul? I mean, a lot of my stuff is like wax seals and stuff that I use for my journaling, wax seals and stuff like that. So I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Maybe I'll do it. I do have some things to unbox that I haven't gotten to. So I have that. It's not like I don't have things, diamond painting things to unbox. I have a few new pens. Really interested in like different textured pens. I believe one of them is going to be from Etsy, from a I think her name is Dani, D-A-N-I, and I believe that she makes pens out of clay. And I have another few pens coming. Let's get this out of the way. Put you there. Oh, you know what I just noticed as I put that down? I heard the drills kind of move. And I have like rain stick pens coming. I saw Katie use it from Diamonds and Washi. She had this pen that every time she turned over, it was a rain stick. And I believe it was creations by, I want to say Colleen, but that doesn't sound right. So I will look it up. Write it down the text when I go and edit. Let's get this guy on. Oh my God, I'm so nervous using washi tape. Oh my God. Oh my God, washi tape. But this is a very doable canvas. This is a square. I don't remember. Couldn't remember. Again, from Diamond Painting Shoppe. I'm just going to turn you guys around. Yep, it's a square. 50 by 60. Or 19.7 inches by 23.6 inches by Diamond Painting Shoppe. You guys, I was looking at my wish list on all the companies that I buy from, and I don't know, so much of what I want is always sold out. So first impression, it was really stuck down there really, really tight. I love a thin washi tape. I find that they have better stick. I used to love the washi tape from Diamond Painting Shoppe. Not Diamond Painting Shoppe. Well, I love Rose's washi tape too. From where? Let me think. Diamond Art Club. Got to keep them all straight. It's kind of hard. I guess I got to start at the other corner if I want the I forgot how to put washi tape on. I haven't used it in so long. I forgot how to do it. Maybe I'll start down this end. Since I have the roll upside down and the canvas upside down, and then if I'm so dyslexic, that was part of the problem with Chosen yesterday, was that I put drills in the wrong spot, because to me, I thought it said 9, but what color do you think I put in there? Yep, I put a 6 in there. I have to take my glasses off to see. So I don't look at the washi tape. I look at where I want the washi tape to go. And place it down. I'm looking at that black line, that last line, so that I'm right up against it. That's an old trick from learning how to draw. Don't look at your pen, don't look at your pencil, look at where you want to go. Okay, there we go. Nice line. What I'll do here is just finish off my ends here and move it a little bit further up. Usually I stop at the line, but I think I'm going to go a little bit further today. Okay, long side. Now that I made that call to choose the trays to make that cut there. Not heavy enough. Use my little Temu trash can then. Oh, am I going to be in the way? No, okay, it's actually staying. Okay, let's do it quickly. So, oh, thank you for not tearing again. I really thought, I'm like, oh, here we go. It's pretty washi tape, but not going to work. I don't think that cut that I made either, coming out a little bit further, is going to work either. That still is just a little bit too far away for me. I'm going to get it really close. There we go. Let that washi tape work for you as an edge. And then I would have liked to have had a better cut than that, but it's not going to work. So instead of me trying to do like a museum piece here, let me just get in when I can. Very pretty, very nice. Go around the other side. I don't like release paper. I told you I'm a weird diamond painter. I don't like release paper. I don't like washi tape. I don't like cover minders. I'm weird. I'm weird like that. I'm going to just make a crease in here. There we go. I'm a very weird diamond painter. We are going to have enough to go around. Looking at my black line. That's where I want my washi to go. Now I'm pulling this pretty tightly. Washi tape on top of your cellophane. Not so good to pull it so tight, because then it makes the cellophane buckle. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. Was anybody using YouTube's premium? If you're a premium user, sometimes they ask you to participate in features that they want to start to roll out. And they had a feature that I was using for a while. And this morning they were like, oh, you know, thanks for using it for the past month. I'm like, no, don't take it away. It was a fast forward feature that you could have used to, like you would have the videotape playing that you were looking at, but you could have swiped it up and you would have got like the actual chapters that would have allowed you to like just go to that section, which was such a lifesaver because as a creator, I like, you know, I like having my YouTube viewing time where I'm able to catch up with people that I follow. And, you know, I would look at the transcript. That's something else that I use a lot. And then I would be able to just go to that section that I was interested in and, you know, be like, okay, I love the intro and all, but I read it, so I'm not missing anything. And then just go right to that section. It gave me the ability to like really look at the artists that, you know, whatever they were saying, whatever I wanted to see. You're getting a full view of my room, I just noticed. Do I want to use washi tape on top of the canvas? That is the question. So I think what I'm going to do is just use the washi tape that I have out just for this one block. And I just marked, I realized that you guys weren't in the shot, 10 centimeters is here, 10 centimeters is here. I just marked it with my, this is just a colored pencil. I'm writing on here, so don't worry about it. Okay, so it's also Tip Tuesday. So part of the dilemma that I was in yesterday was putting my drills in the wrong spot. And again, being dyslexic, I saw it upside down. It was totally my fault. But what I decided to do in that dilemma was take a picture of my canvas before I start diamond painting. When I was looking at my canvas and saying that doesn't look right to me, it's all in my member section, you know, how I broke it all down. And even I think, and this was a discussion that I was having with my members this morning, I think as we become more savvy as diamond painters, we're becoming a little bit more particular about where we place our drills. AB drills, fairy dust drills, metallic drills. Not a speculation came up on, I believe it was, I've seen comments where people don't agree with where something is on an artist's canvas. But I really think that we need to start taking the time, and I really wish that diamond painting companies would do this. I think that we need to start taking the time to get to know our artists. So I was kind of annoyed. Like, I have artists that I like, and if you've been with me, then you know who they are. I absolutely love Ivan Valakovic, and I love Kurtis Rykovich. And I got to learn about these artists on my own, because if you go over to the diamond painting company, they're going to tell you where they went to school. They're going to tell you, oh yeah, I went to school here, and sorry about that, I just hit that with my hand. I went to school here and I'm from here, and this is how long I've been creating art, but they're not really telling you anything about the artist's creative vision. And I also learned this by doing my own little I did my own little thing with Kurtis when I changed the skull on the cupcake of Let Them Eat Cake to a heart, because I was like, I'm so disturbed by this skull head. And I was like, no girl should be holding a cupcake with a skull head on it. You know, we all know what happened to Marie, but her cakes weren't poisoned. It's bad enough that she's got a red pearl necklace around her neck. But when you get to know the artist, you're like, I got it now. I got it. Just the same way that we study the masters. We study Van Gogh, and we study, you know, right now, you know, usually I would be doing a deep dive into the artist here, I would be doing a very deep dive into Van Gogh here. And I'm going to save that for somewhere with the masters maybe, or maybe it'll come up in a later discussion. But I think we have to learn about these other artists that we are drawn to. And so for me, when I made the mistake that I made, I'm like, I'm going to take a picture of my canvas prior to putting anything on it. This way I can look as it, have it as a template that, okay, this is the way it looked before you put any drills down. Is everything still looking the same? Or does her nose have a big brown line going down the center of it that doesn't make any sense? Well, it was actually on the side of her nose. And I was like, that's a really odd, really stark shading. But we're dealing with Kurtis here. And so he's also a goth painter. And I just thought it doesn't look right. And so I pulled the drills off. And of course I was wrong. So I've started to take a picture of my canvas before I get started. I'm also using my camera eye to look at a canvas when I'm placing enhancements. Because as I said, I think as we become a little bit more savvy with our diamond paintings and the artists that we like, and, where we place our money. And, I've seen a few creators that I love spend a lot of time taking drills out of a canvas because they're like, this is just not making sense to me. I don't like it. It's not making sense that because AB drills looked good here, and this was the symbol, that's where the AB drills went throughout the entire canvas. I don't like it. And I started to agree. I've seen a few of my favorite diamond painters be like, well, why the light is not hitting here? Why did they put that there? And again, I just had to agree. Let me just get through this plastic here. Cut my line. And then cut this side. Am I going to? No. If I cut that, I'm going to be, hello. I have coffee on a warmer, so you're all safe. Yeah, so I agree. I think when you look at your camera's eye and you're kind of like, well, wait a minute. This doesn't seem right to me right now. This doesn't seem like this belongs here. And then you can make the decision whether or not you want to see if you have some extra drills in that color. That's another lifesaver that was for me yesterday. I had been in a big dilemma. Am I going to continue to save my drills? Do I want to save my drills? But yesterday, to finish up that canvas, I had 4 drills that I didn't have enough of, and they were in here. And I was like, I think I just solved that problem. I think I'm going to reorganize this. What I do is I cut an index card in half. It's 10 inches wide. I cut it at 5 inches. It's 15 inches long. Then I cut 5 inches again. So I get 6 of these squares. This one is an anomaly here, but usually what I do is I actually write the number. I write the number and I write the color. Another thing that was going on in my member section as far as, well, no, I think that was Self-Care Sunday. So you guys, if you're not a member, you got that information. Let's get started with this guy here, shall we? Enough talking. You guys are lucky. I feel like I'm in slow mode this morning too. I didn't even really have a lot of coffee. I've been up since 5. Okay, so I had to turn my canvas totally around so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I did my kit up, and I think like most of you, we start with numbers, we start with letters, we start with symbols. But one thing that I do is I place my symbols with either a dark symbol is on the left and a light symbol, meaning it's in white, is on a right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The plus sign and the percentage sign are all printed in black ink, which means that they are the colors that bring in color and they bring in light. So A, C, E is a white, H is a white, baby H, J, L, P, T, small t. So we're going to move these guys up. I'm setting up my canvas. I swear I am going to get drills on this canvas. I might speed up the rest of because right now we're at the 33-minute line. I might speed up the rest of the stuff that I did earlier. You don't see me to put washi tape around the four edges of this canvas. U, V, X, Y. And then I've been putting period after the letters, question mark, check mark. I usually put after numbers, but okay. My arrow up. Wow, there's a lot of light colors, not a lot of shade going on in this canvas. Okay, then we have diamonds. I have an anchor. I don't know what this reminds me of, like a beak. And then G. So it was just two of them that were out of place. So A, little a, D, E. Okay. Light colors printed in black ink. Shade colors, colors that bring in depth, colors that an artist would shade with to create that depth. They're printed in white. I always start with my white because my white, I'm going to carve, you're also going to carve out with your darker colors, like a black outline. So I'm going to start with my dark colors and then I'm going to fill in with my color and my light. So what is the first symbol that I am starting with here? I would start with black, right? You would start with black. It's your darkest shade color. But it seems to me that my darkest shade color in this section is going to be the H, or in here, this like little, I don't know what that sign was that I just said. Being that that's closer, let me just take them both out. Here's the H and here's that crazy symbol. They're both like, this one's a little bit darker. So I would originally just start with this, but I think that there's very minimal shading in this area. So what are we starting with? We're going to be working with our purple putty. And so I'm actually going to start diamond painting, guys. I'm going to do it. These were staticky. And I was shocked because the drills that I get from Rosa are never really staticky. Really nice. A lot of shine. A lot of... Let me take a look at this up close myself. Yeah, I love the faceting on these drills. And this is a darker drill. You might not be able to see it that well, but really, there's not really a lot of shine that comes off the darker colors. It's like me having black hair. You know, I can't get shine. Light just bounces off. All right, where's my purple pen? Purple putty? Purple putty, where are you? You're being called. Okay, there we go. Time to paint. I also, this morning, when I got up, I was doing my Mark Nepo reading, and I like having, I was way off on that one. I like having something that I can think about when I'm diamond painting, because I do think of this as a meditative art. And I think I have blue on the bottom, so I should have put purple in there. So I do think of this as a meditative art, and today's reading, I put it in the community section, but I put a more detailed perspective in my members section. I know quite a few of my members have the book, and that's what I read from on Self-Care Sunday, if you are interested. But it was a really good reading about, you know, listening. People think that they listen because they can repeat back to you. You're like, are you listening to me? You know, it's like, yes. And I can repeat back verbatim what you said, but were you really listening? I think we went through this too when I was doing the listening path with Julia Cameron. I love that book. Oh God, I love that book because it defines for you all the ways that you, not only that you listen, but also the people that you listen to. I know you guys loved the beloved section, listening to your beloveds, listening to people who have passed on. I know my dad's picture has made it into my art room. I'm like, Dad, you're downstairs, and I look at you when I watch TV, but now I've moved my life into my art room. I like getting underneath here because I think that it doesn't cause a demarcation line when you take this plastic off to go into the next section. You're kind of like going with the flow. So Dad's up here. He's been up here since St. Joseph's Day. My dad was a Joseph. So he's up here. And believe me, I talk to my dad. John will come in like, who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to Dad. I'm talking to Joe. He's like, okay. And believe me, they hear you. They hear you. I was talking about my grandmother when we were doing, I think it was Self-Care Sunday, where we were talking about symbols. And, you know, I was talking about my grandmom's dogs. I can't believe that my grandmother, well, maybe because she was a dry cleaner, she had white Eskimo Spitz dogs. White. She had 3. She had Kimbo. Then she had Tanya. Then they had 2 babies. One was Sasha and one was Tanya. Got a little hole in that one. And my grandmother had royal blue. My grandmother had a Marie Antoinette house. She had that white cream French provincial furniture, and she had royal blue rugs. Now, these dogs are shedders. They're kind of like, I tell you guys all the time not to do that, to pick that up. I don't like pushing drills. She had those royal blue rugs, and the dogs are like huskies. They shed, but you never saw a drop of hair on my grandmother's rugs, ever. And then John and I didn't want to go with him to the company, the car company that he was going to. I think he had to have his car inspected. I was like, oh, John, please, this is like not my thing. Let me go home. Let me do something that I have to do, like with my channel or whatever. And he's like, please come with me. And I'm like, okay, he would do it for me. I know he would. So I went with him, and this woman is standing on the corner holding an Eskimo Spitz dog. I'm like, you are serious, I know. I'm like, oh, hi, Graham. Hi. You heard me. But just like put the biggest smile on my face. Like, I'm gonna shake this because it has a washi, and not a washi. It has what do you call them things? Dryer sheets. I mean, you would think I didn't do enough laundry to know what they were called. My coffee, even though it's all that warmer, it's tasting a little funky. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? There we go. Keep those cuticle nippers closed. Now, what did I do? I flinged it off. Oh, what else, you guys? What else has been going on this week? I feel like this week, especially when I was talking to my members, and I was like, I had such a hard time this week with Self-Care Sunday. Well, actually not with Self-Care Sunday, but with reading Book of Awakening. It was a tough week. And you guys know I've been holding this book in my hand over 10 years. And so you guys know I been carrying this book. There's a lot of bookmarking in there, a lot of notes, but this week in particular, I was really kind of like not so much amazed that there was nothing written in there. I'm like, this must have been a hard week for me for 10 years because there's absolutely no highlighting, no notes. I really wanted to skip over it. If I wasn't doing it with you guys, I probably would have, in all honesty. I would have skipped over it because I couldn't not that I couldn't relate. I don't know. I just couldn't sit with it. It was hard. And I did. I don't want to say I forced myself. I'm like, this isn't just for you. You do this on your channel. You have members that have the book. Maybe they're struggling too. And you guys were. And this is what I love about community. You guys were struggling as much as I was with that reading. With the whole week's worth of reading, but I'll tell you, the readings have stuck with me now, and not just stuck with me. I think I got the most out of it. Why are these black drills sticky? They're very sticky. I did wipe my trays out with alcohol. I usually do. Okay, enough with that. Let's get the firefly. I wanted to keep it like curated. That's the tagline for WXPN that I listen to. Always curate it, never duplicate it. Just like me. Here we go. This is an end of the roll. Oh, it's purple. Okay. Deeper purple. This is an end of the roll from Firefly. I love it. Look at that wall. Just what I need. Firefly. Inferno. That's probably why it was end of the roll. Inferno Nano Plus? Yeah. Here we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Let's go with this color next. So usually what I would do is like I put this one color down. I would look to see what is the color around it. And that's where I will go. And of course it is, I have this color bordering, but I really want to get to that juicy little color blocking there. Oh gosh, what a gorgeous color. Okay. Is that, look at that. That's gorgeous. Is my light in the right spot here? So if your drills are not lining up, it could be that one of your, one of them has like a tab on them. You want them to line up nicely. I wonder if that's just static like that. There was a lot of static, I'm not going to lie, in this drill, in these drills. And I think too, weather, oh my gosh, the weather. I'm like freezing one day. I'm sweating the next. I'm like, I went through this already. It was called menopause. The heck is going on? I don't know if I want to reload this with fresh putty. This putty has been in there, no lie, since Saturday. So, being a purple putty, well, you'll see when I drop the other video, you could see its texture and the way that it felt in my hand was very much like the tackiness on this canvas, like the glue. I was pressing the purple putty. It was like real slurpy. And I'm like, the blue is not like that at all. You don't get that, sticky. I was like, oh, this is going to stick to my AB drills. They're never going to release. But we haven't come to an AB yet. Hopefully there's one in here. Oh, it's upside down. Doesn't work if your drill's upside down. I'm Diamond painting crazy today. And you know what? I know that I am, and I'm not really mentioning it, but I'm going to mention it now because I think it's another tip, like where you just have to like go with the flow. Like if that's what's happening right now, just go with it. It's like a handwriting, I was looking at my handwriting this morning and I was like, oh my God, your handwriting is terrible. And I think that's why I started to type on my phone. My handwriting has really suffered lately. I'm not writing the way that I used to write. Not the way, well, yeah, maybe. I think that when we're in times like where things are, when your life is not in a flow, your handwriting is not in a flow. And it's like when I'm writing and I see that, it's just like another reminder, like you're not in the flow of things. You got to get this stuff. You got to work on this stuff that you're holding. Those two words that I love, let go. That's a joke. If you've been here with me, you know that I don't like those words. They're triggering for me. Make it underneath here. I think I'm going to put, oh, I have two lines over there. Yeah, I just kind of like to take a peek underneath and put some drills down. And I am going to change this putty because I really want to see how like I said, this has been in since Saturday and it is still working, which is nice, which means you could come down and you could, you know, start your diamond painting, no problem. But I feel like it is missing some of my drills as I'm trying to pick up. It's not picking them up totally. It's not picking the entire line up. I'm having to go back and scoop one up that's missing. Oh, yeah, I have more there. And I'm working on a 4-placer, which is like, oh, hold on. Well, that's because I had 4 placers in all of them because I was doing where am I at? I was doing, I was testing them all out and I figured, let me get 3 new placers out. And all the same size so that you know, if you're going to test these out, be even about all of them. But this is about to come off now too. I'm not a 4-placer girl. I don't like the smaller placers. I mean, I don't mind going back, but just getting underneath there with a line, just so it'll flow a lot. You'll see if you try that. It works a lot nicer. So I'm going to just single place these in. Again, I have blue putty underneath here, and that's been in there even longer. I think when I was doing the testing, I was so into trying to just give you a multi-placer vision of this. So any more of these anywhere? And usually you'll see like these 2 colors are probably going to sandwich each other all throughout the entire canvas because that's where the shading is. And then the next thing that I would do is I would go to the next color, which is M, because it's going to be here. It's going to border the color that I just put down. So that's going to be all M. So that's the next color I'm going to do. But then I am going to change my putty to a fresher, and I'm going to get a bigger placer. I can't work with this placer. Are we all in there, guys? Are we all in there? Oh, nope. I think it's these drills. They're sticky. And I have a dryer sheet in there. Let's use this one, shall we? I like this one. Take a look at the purple. It's very sticky. So I'm just going to take a piece off. I am going to put purple in the bottom too. So let's take that blue putty out. There we go. Give it a little roll. The heat of your hands. Rolling it out. So those Diamond Art Club placers are kind of thin. Press it in. But they're cookie cutter-ish too, you know, like you can get a nice, you see how that stringiness is? That's what was concerning me when I was testing this on Saturday. I'm like, oh gosh, that's not going to be good. But we'll see. I'm going to just put a little bit on the single placer. Push it in. Roll it around, get it off. Okay, purple putty. I don't have a dryer sheet in there. And I just put my dryer sheet away too. Yep. Let's see one more time. Okay. Oh gosh, some birds are chirpy. Sometimes I think that they're deliberately calling me because when they hear me go downstairs in the kitchen, they right away, oh, what is this, putty on here? How did that happen? Did that fall out of my hand? Okay, test time. Nothing grabs stuff off your canvas like your cuticle nippers. Not bad, but, you know, still. I don't like things stuck to my canvas. I'll go down in the kitchen and they'll hear me, and it's like they literally come flocking over, and they want to eat. They know that I will throw food out there for them, much to John's dismay. He's like, stop feeding the birds. I'm like, no, I'm never going to stop feeding the birds. I'm trying to be a east-west diamond painter where you diamond paint this way. It's a little challenging for me. I've been trying to give it a try. Just rock that back. Nope, not having it. Is it me? Is it the putty? I think that there's an amount of fearlessness that has to go into diamond painting. Like, if you're going to try and be precise, it's not going to work. Just relax into it. Breathe. The remedy for everything, breathe. But I like diamond painting this way better, and I'll tell you why. When I pick up a full line here, I know I have more on here than I need. And I have my tape there. I can just pull up. And of course, that was me. I missed the mark. Now I got to push up here. Yes, I like diamond painting up and down more than side to side. I like picking up drills too. I do find though that when I'm trying to get these drills in between drills, I'm having a hard time with this putty. See? But if I were to go here, it would come off. So there's that. And I'm picking up more drills than I need. They're sticking to the side. Gotcha. This line can be neater. This is why I like to use my roller. I usually keep it right here. But I can tell that this is off here. If I didn't have washi tape, my roller would stick right in this section here. Just get this down so that I could move the ruler away. Gosh, I'm so happy to be doing this canvas. You guys, I was up late the other night. I was binge watching Adolescence, and I almost turned it off because I was like, oh, this is filmed in London. I really don't know what they're saying. They have a different, they have a slang for this and a slang for that. I was like, well, you got your smartphone next to you. Why don't you look up these things and see what they mean so you can get understanding what they're saying? So, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I really was like, they do things so differently than we do here in the States. You see how this is sticking? That I just was like, part of me just wasn't into it. But I'm so glad that I stayed with it because it was a phenomenal, oh God, what a phenomenal performance by this cast. I think it's only 4 episodes. And the 3rd and the 4th episode were my favorite. Everybody is talking about the 3rd episode. Everyone. Because I went on YouTube after and I went to go look up like who the actors were and had they been in anything else, and like it was that good. And what I found out is the young man who plays the adolescent, this was his first time acting. That had not done anything else before. I think his name is Oscar. Is it Oscar Owen or Owen? Owen. I can't remember if his name was Oscar or Owen. I think it's Owen. And my God, what a phenomenal! And they were told that when it was time to film, this is not, take 1, take 2. Everything is done with 1 take. That's like being in a play. You have to go out and you have to know your lines and you have to act, and it's all going to be done in 1 shot. And that's the other thing that made it so mesmerizing to watch them film in 1 continuous take. And it was just, oh my God, spellbinding. The acting was incredible. And I was telling John the next morning, and he's like, you watched all 4 episodes without me? I'm like, I can't wait for you. You get in front of the TV, you fall asleep. And then I turned something else on. I'm like, John, do you want to watch this or that? I put it back on again, and you're falling asleep again. Like, I'm still like in season, I think, 2 of Suits. Because he fooled, don't watch it without me. I'm like, yeah, okay. It was so good. I'm like, John, I would watch it again. And I couldn't get it out of my mind. I couldn't get it out of my mind. Like the characters, I couldn't get the acting. I couldn't get it out of my mind. The story was so well written, so well acted. And then last night I watched Trapped, because I'm an M. Night Shyamalan fan. And we're back, and you're not going crazy. Johnny called, and I took it as an opportunity to go make some tea and get the next color. I got some of it down. And I also took it as an opportunity to go get a dryer sheet because these are sticking, And I'm like going a little, getting a little crazy because they're sticking. So I'm on my next color, and I had to get another, tripod. I realized now why my tripod was behaving the way that it was. It wasn't ghosts. It was, the bottom part fell off. And I'm wondering if I looked at it and was like, what is this? So we're moving so much stuff around. This looks like it fell off of something, or this looks like nobody knew where it belonged, and I might have just thrown it away. So I'm going to have to I think I'm going to have to glue my other tripod to like a piece of marble to get it to stay down, because it's like, oh gosh, I'm like, what next? What now? I mean, I've been at this since 5:30 this morning. But I did, well, I have not been at my diamond painting since 5:30 in the morning, but I have been doing a lot since 5:30 a.m. Oh gosh, I'm really getting really tired of not being able to diamond paint in between squares. Like, why? With a multi-placer. I never had this problem before. It's not. It's just not going in. It's not going in between. Like, this is not good. I had a hard time getting the drills out. I'm like, is it the container? And so I switched containers. I switched drill trays. Oh, you really got to push in there. Like I said, I'm getting used to these tighter drill fields. Oh gosh, look how much room there is there. I think I might be due for a game changer. I think that that's what's going on here. I think because something worked in the past, it might not be working for me anymore. And I just have to, you know, reassess. It's a tight drill field. Let me see here. Am I just going to be a round girl because the squares are being so... I mean, I know people that, like I said, I know people that love it. They're like, oh, how does it compare to Diamond Art Club? I'm like, I really don't know. The latest Diamond Art Club I did was Winter by Alphonse Mucha, and that was a joy. I always found Diamond Art Club drills to be a joy. Never really had any problem with their drills. But this static, this is not cool. Look at that. They're still in there. I'm going to run this through my tray too. This is a dryer sheet. Camera so zoomed in on the drill space that everything else that I'm doing is like off camera. Okay, guys, I just wiped out my drill tray with the dryer sheet. That I'm experiencing so much static. If that doesn't do the trick, I don't know what will. I even found, like, when I was, you know, trying to align them, they weren't aligning. I was like, oh, maybe they have tabs on them. And I was looking, I'm like, no, I don't see any tab. Now they're so slippery. Which, okay, I'll take that rather than struggle with picking drills out with alcohol. I'm like, is that what's giving it a problem? Now you see they're clumping again. What is going on? Washi tape. Washi tape. You know, people think that washi tape just acts as a reservoir in your container. It's more than that. It actually cuts down on static. So we're doing more than just diamond painting today. That was the whole... I actually found that tip on putting washi tape in the bottom of your tray. I actually found that tip on Reddit. And I was like, oh, I've seen people do that. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, it'll just move your drills off to the back. But now people are like, oh, you don't have to put the washi tape anymore because these diamond painting trays have reservoirs now. That matches very nicely in that tray. Just make sure it's down so they don't get caught underneath. And I've had my washi tape in my other Firefly for, oh, I don't even know how long. So it lines them up, but it also cuts static. So they didn't clump. You have to look it up on Reddit. This one guy gave a whole scientific theory of why you should put washi tape in your thing. And I hear other people saying, oh, well, you don't have to put it anymore. That was just to hold the reservoir of drills. But that's never been my experience. It cuts the static also. Not good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to come up with another. Sometimes I just think that our diamond painting skills, sometimes I think that they get good, and sometimes I think that maybe they just get old. Like, I guess as these diamond paintings are changing, you know, we have to adjust too. But I'm a multi-placer. So frustrating, and like, it's not anything that I'm enjoying right now. If I have to single place squares from here on in, you're not going to be seeing me do a lot of square canvases. I just don't. I just recently have just not been enjoying them at all. It's still stuck on here. Purple wax, purple putty. And I keep saying wax. Maybe I need to return to wax. Oh, God. I'm just feeling myself get frustrated. And let me see how these are going to pour out. Okay, well, they slid out a little bit better. Too much handling today. It's so hot to do this canvas. I mean, if I have to do this every time I go to pour drills out. Well, I am going to be calling this over. I am exhausted, and I don't like diamond painting when I feel stressed, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on this canvas, and I just feel like, you know, we all kit up and we have diamond painting drills that are staticky, and you put a dryer sheet in there, and you hope for, I don't even hope for the best. I don't think that my drills are supposed to come out staticky. They never have after I've put a dryer sheet in the container. And so I'm putting drills in the diamond painting tray, and I'm saying, well, maybe because I washed my diamond painting drill trays out with alcohol today. I do that all the time to get any kind of stuck putty or wax that might be on the tray before I diamond paint. And I switched to another tray. I put washi tape in that tray. Washi tape cut static. I don't know if I'm repeating myself or what I'm going to actually edit. And I'm actually dreading editing because this is going to be like, I can tell right now I'm going to have to take so much out and try and piece it together. And I'm just like, I'm really taken back by the drills. They're beautiful. They're, shiny and faceted, but why the static? Like, why won't it just, shake your drill tray jar and it should cut back on, and it just didn't. They were clumping. I had to run them through a dryer sheet every time I got to refill my tray. That's not going to happen. And I feel like my wrist is hurting because I'm struggling to get drills into square spaces. I love the tighter drill. I like the tighter drill field. However, I don't like that I'm not able to multi-place in between lines that I've already made. How tight do these canvases have to be? I don't know if it's me. Maybe it's just like, maybe I'm the one that's just like, yeah, I don't even know. Like, I'm making all kind of faces. Maybe it's me. Maybe I should want a tighter drill space. And now that I have one, people are like, what are you complaining about? But it's I'm literally, my wrist is killing me from trying to push drills into a canvas. And it's just like not enjoyable. And, I have enough of a challenge with Ivan's canvas. And I'm like, if this is the way that squares are going to be from now on, you're not going to see too many of them on this channel because it's just too frustrating. I'm going to just show you these drills again. I just feel like they're clumping and they're sticking, and I feel like my placement is all off. It's all wobbly. I mean, should I be diamond painting with a tweezer? I don't know. I think I'm going to diamond paint a little bit more, and I think I'm just going to diamond paint by myself and then come back and give you like, I'm going to do a couple more colors and maybe come back, and maybe it's the fact that I'm filming and I'm too anxious and worried about how this video is going to turn out. Because, like, this is your time. This is your day. This is what you do. And I don't want to feel like I'm complaining, but you guys see the drills, how they're coming out. All right. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot with a few on my own. Okay, guys, I put a few more colors down, but I'm calling this one a strike. I don't know if I'm coming back to this canvas. I'm just so unhappy with it right now. And, I should have, like, I'm a fairly new diamond painter. I've only been diamond painting for a few years. But when those drills slid across the canvas, that should have been a clue for me. And if I didn't get it the first time, I won't forget it. I think, too, that there's really not a lot of stick on this canvas. I think that is the problem. I'm blaming the putty, and I did change the putty. I was like, that's it. I'm done with the purple putty. I can't take it. My drills are all being shoved into the putty. When I took this out of the placer, I didn't like the texture of it. I couldn't even get it out of the placer. I had to go back a few times in with the diamond painting tool, pull it out. I didn't like it. It was stringy. I was like, enough with you. Give me the blue. I put blue in, and blue was struggling. And I'm like, what is going on? If I can't diamond place with a multi-placer in these sections, I don't want to be bothered. Like, my back is killing me right now. My shoulders, my neck. I have a headache. My wrist is killing me. I'm literally pushing drills in. You hear that crunch, you go to let go, the drills don't let go, because you really should not put too much pressure on your drills, no matter what you're using, whether you're using a wax, whether you're using a putty. You pick them up gently, you place them down. There's so much tack on the canvas that it'll grab them right away. So I then said, let me pick up these very, very gingerly and put them down, and they still wouldn't release. And I'm like, maybe it's the glue. As I put a little bit more pressure, they still wouldn't release. And I'm going to different sections where the same symbol is. It still wouldn't release. I'm looking at the putty. I'm like, they're dangling on there. They're not in the putty. Maybe it's the canvas. And I don't think that there's I don't think that there's the stick, like when you put your finger in, you pull it up. These are just my, part of me is guessing and part of me is like, really? Because I've always gotten great canvases from Rosa. Always gotten great canvases. Now, I don't know. Is this a canvas that's older? I don't know. I have to look that up. I'll look all that up and see. But I think part of the problem is, yes, these drills are moving. They're sliding. That should have been my first clue that there wasn't a lot of tack, because your drills won't. You'll see. You push them and they push back. I feel like I've been chasing a kindergarten room around. I'm not kidding you. I feel like I have been chasing children around. I'm like, I'm wiped out. And really, there's not a lot that was done in here. And I love the photo, and I love the way this column is coming out. It's so pretty. But if I have to single place all these drills, I'd rather work on something that is going to be a lot more pleasurable for me. And I'm thinking about just kitting up Whispering Woodland, and that's another new artist to me. Putting this away, coming back to it another day. I don't even think I'm coming back to it this week. I'm not going to come back to it later on tonight. I'm just like, why would I? I'm going to change up my game. That's going to be my own personal responsibility. Like, maybe this putty isn't all that I think it is anymore. And another thing too, anybody that's using Diamond Art Club placers, do you find that there are sections, no matter how much you pack putty in there, that they just don't, it's kind of like a divot. It seems like it's always lacking putty in that section. I keep fixing and rubbing my hands over it to smooth it out, but there always seems to be like a dip or something in there. I always find that there's like some kind of gapping along my placer, my Diamond Art Club placer. So like, these are my own personal things that I got to look into, change up, but I am freaking exhausted. I really am. I'm exhausted, and I don't diamond paint to be exhausted. I consider this a meditative art. I consider it a time for me to, work on whatever it is that I'm working on in my personal life, whatever spiritual readings I do in the morning, to like take that with me into my day. But I don't know. I think that this one's just going to get hung up right now. Maybe if I have the energy someday to look at it, or get a new placer, a new wax or putty, and see how it's working that way. But honestly, like I said, it dawned on me when I was very lightly picking up the drills and putting them down. I'm like, they're still not catching. Why? And I think it's the canvas. There's just doesn't have that glue to it. All right, I will include any other information that I find on this canvas about release date. That might be a hint right there. Maybe this is an older canvas. I don't know. But the drill space is so tight. Anybody that's on this canvas, please tell me it's you. This is a great canvas, or some bells are going off in my head. Sorry, guys. You win some, you lose some. Peace out. Keep creating that world that you want to live in. And I will see you, as always, in the next one, which is Wednesday. Maybe I should just finishing up Chosen. I don't know. We'll see. See you tomorrow. Bye.